What's up, Dragon Brood? So we're trying something a little different here early this week. Found a whole different list that one more time we're gonna try to play Outlaws Merriment. I think you've seen in the comments we've discussed it. It's been a failed experiment I've tried on stream. I've built probably 6 or 7 different lists at this point. But I found somebody online on Aetherhub. They posted a list. I believe the user's name was Lork User. And it was kind of a decent basis for a deck. I'm not sure if it's any good, but I at least want to give it a try. So we're going to be playing a Boros enchantment heavy deck that happens to use this card, and we'll see how it goes. I want to say though, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and that way you know every time we have one of these ridiculous experiments coming up. But let's hop on over and take a look at the deck. Okay, so hopping right in here, we're going to start with 4 Bishop of Wings. This generally is not going to do a whole lot early on. It's going to be a 1/4, mostly going to be a blocker against some of the aggressive decks. However, we do have ways to make angel tokens later, and maybe it comes into play that we get to start getting those spirit tokens and everything else. Couple of Dawn of Hope, it's another way to create tokens, gain some life, give us a chance to draw some cards. Starfield Mystic, hopefully we'll live long enough to make a lot of the other stuff cheaper, but we'll see. It does also get bigger every time you lose an enchantment, so that could be important. This is one of the few lists that I think Fire Prophecy makes sense. I see a lot of people ask me, like, why don't I play Fire Prophecy in the Gruul list? But the thing is, it doesn't have the flexibility. I can't hit Planeswalkers. I can't hit the opponent. You know, there's just other things you want to be doing when you're trying to press the issue with that type of deck. In this case, we're not really worried about doing all those things. We just want to be getting to our other key parts as best we can. So if we can filter cards out of our hand to get to the cards we want, then that's definitely what we want to be doing with Fire Prophecy. So for the first time, I think I have Fire Prophecy in a list that I like. Banishing Light, obviously just a quality removal card. 3 Idyllic Tutors, mostly because we're playing so many enchantments. This is going to give us opportunities to get the cards we want when we want them. So we don't have to play necessarily 4 ofs a lot of stuff, because this can be copies 3 or 4 of different cards as we need them. Couple of Chandra, Acolyte of Flame. You've seen this on a list, no surprises there. Trying out Krenko because it makes extra tokens. We'll see how we feel about it. But it does get the benefit of playing alongside Legion Warboss, and the Warboss can sometimes lead to wins all on its own. Deafening Clarion to help clear up the board if necessary. Here's that Outlaws Merriment. This is kind of the last hurrah. Like, if this doesn't work for me, I'm just gonna have to wait at some point and have somebody just send me a list with Outlaws Merriment that works, because I've not been able to make it happen to this point. Then Divine Visitation. This is kind of one of the key cards in the deck, in the sense we have so many things that make tokens, and then this starts turning all those tokens into 4/4s. So if you can even get this to stick for 2 turns, it's probably going to be enough to turn the game around. Playing Chandra, Awakened Inferno. This is just kind of an emergency card that if things go long, maybe you get stuff countered and you're playing against a slower control deck, this will give you the opportunity to still try to end the game. Finale of Glory, kind of doing a lot of the same stuff, but you know, if you get it later after you have a visitation, well, now you're turning all those soldiers into 4/4s, and then that's pretty strong too. Castle Ardenvale, again, makes tokens, and then your lands are just 5 plains, 2 Castle Embereth, 4 Mountain, 4 Sacred Foundry, 4 Temple of Triumph, 1 Bonder's Enclave, and 2 Fabled Passage. Again, is this any good? I genuinely have no idea. We're just going to take it in there. We're going to find out. So, let's go. Alright, opponent gets to go first, but this hand actually looks reasonable. I mean, if they're playing creatures, we have a Fire Prophecy. Yeah, we can't throw this one back. Even if we think they're playing a control type deck and we just want to play Chandra, we could do that too. Well, that's a little unfortunate. We'll see though. We may still have a shot being able to play Chandra at some point, but we'll see. We may end up just blowing up this Fire Prophecy anyway, knowing we won't get to get anything for it, but we probably weren't going to use any cards or discard any cards anyway. Alright. Footlight Fiend, sure. Feel free to sacrifice it. It would not hurt my feelings at all. My opponent is down to 2 cards. Be a little unfortunate if one of them is a... Okay, actually, we can do that. If they take that, we don't care as much. And that blocks pretty well here. It's not the most efficient use of mana, mind you, because I could have actually probably played Chandra. But, see, now there's a Mayhem Devil. So, we're definitely just going to kill the Mayhem Devil. Yeah, I think we'll block. Okay, and this is what we're saying by, like, it's not an efficient use of mana, right? Because I could have played one of these last turn. Technically, the opponent probably could have found a way to deal some damage to us, like sacrifice this, deal the 1 to the creature, and that would have kind of sucked. Or even going into Chandra, they could have... Well, in Chandra, I guess they would have struggled a little bit to kill it. No, same thing. They'd attack for 2, sack it, kill Chandra off. So, here, I think we just have to do the thing that makes sense to do. And that's just kill off a Mayhem Devil. Sure, and we're just going to hope they don't have another one. But, like I was saying, if we'd have spent the 3, then this turn we could have spent 2 and 2. And that would have made a little more sense. So yeah, we're going to keep doing the same thing here. Well, that's interesting. Could let us go get... I say we go ahead and get this 1 Cranko. And we're really just kind of using Cranko as bait here. Yep. All seems good. Luris seems fine. And same things, I suppose. Interesting that they didn't want to sacrifice anything there. Makes sense. Alright, now this is where we want to really draw the divine transformation or whatever it is. Good news is we do have some tokens we can block with and whatnot, so we're not too up against it. We can sacrifice tokens to Priest of Forgotten God, so we're not too worried about that either. But we don't have a ton of life. I mean, we do have to be careful, because you do lose life here. We do lose life here. So, I mean, we only have really about 1 turn to set up something. Though, when Angels come into play, we'll gain 4 life. So this does get rather interesting. Let's... I mean, we have to attack with this. It's tempting to attack with the War Boss, if I'm being honest. But they could block with their Scorpion. You know what, though? I think this is part of the plan. Alright, so that's how they're going to kill the Krenko. Okay. I feel like this is one of our only chances to try, so kind of got to go for it. Another Footlight Fiend. We can chump block here, so we're not too concerned. We're not happy about it, but not what I would call concerned yet. Yeah, we'll sack a token. So the good news is we're going to get at least one angel and gain at least 4 life. Oh, maybe not. That may not be the case. Good news is, though, these little boys are taking all the damage, so that's not too bad. And they don't know we have Chandra either. But they could have mostly just killed us at this point. Yeah, just block that. Oh, that's too late. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep this, I suppose. Seems mostly fine. We still need to draw land pretty heavily, but we have a couple turns to do it. So we're not going to worry about it too much here. Good old butter scones, as they call them on my stream. A witch's oven. Okay, I guess we'll just go ahead and kill this guy. Do I want to discard anything to go hunt? We kind of already have Divine Visitation in hand. I'm going to decline. I think we have everything we want. If things get out of control, we can use Deafening Clarion. Alright. That's fine. I mean, if they still are War Boss, they still are War Boss. So be it. Though I'm wondering if this deck should play some of the Birth of Meletus, actually. Because we really do need to hit 5 mana with regularity. Alright, Wolf Rider it is. I mean... Alright, I'll just send everybody in. See what the opponent does here. Interesting, they're willing to straight up trade there. Not what I would have called. That's peculiar, but interesting. Alright, so our plan is just going to be to play this and see if maybe we draw another land, and that would allow us to play the Divine Visitation, since it makes enchantments cost 1 less. Alright, the opponent doesn't really have anything in the yard. I mean, they can get back Butterscones. Oh, this isn't going to live. Yep. Should have seen that coming. Fair enough. Okay, I guess it's just what we're doing. I mean, unfortunately, we know the opponent has the Murderous Rider. Yeah, I assume their turn is just Cat followed by Murderous Rider here. Nope. Okay, and yeah, and you get the Murderous Rider. Makes sense. That's unfortunate that other creature didn't live. That would have been real nice there. Would have been real nice. Question is, do we just go fish out, like... I'm just wondering if we could get, like, a Banishing Light, just in case, right? So if we don't get to play a Divine Visitation next turn... we at least can get rid of the oven. And that'll buy us some time. Though I'm tempted to say, if we do that, I'd probably play Banishing Light and Bishop of Wings. And then the following turn, play the Visitation. So that way we get the full token, life, you know, everything kind of plotted out there. Though this is all predicated on drawing a land. So, okay, Grey Merchant. Gonna make life a little hard. Sure. Alright, well, we did find a land. Alright, we'll keep that as a backup plan, I suppose. So here, we could... yeah... just doesn't seem worth it. Alright, we're just going to have to see if we can survive long enough. I mean, they may have another Grey Merchant. It's going to make things a bit unpleasant. The worst part is they attack. Well, all we can do really is chump block, because we can't really afford to put the War Boss at risk with the Divine Visitation in hand. And we're hoping to dodge a discard spell at this turn, this stage too. Ooh, Finlurker. Ooh, this is a tough call here now. If we think... alright, I'm gonna do this and just go for it. And hope the life we get from the Bishop of Wings helps us out. Oh, it still has haste. Look at that. It gets all the other abilities. Cute. Alright, we have to hope they don't have another Grey Merchant, because that's 2, 4... yeah, they had it. Dang it. Yep, we were one turn away. Yeah, actually, you know, that last game's kind of a good example where some of you that like seeing more best of 3 ask, like, why don't I play more of these decks in the best of 3? And the reason is exactly that. Like, I literally throw these decks together, make a few changes, and then run out and play them. And then there's games like last game where... actually, probably gonna do this. Where, honestly, I probably lost that game because not understanding the deck well enough. I probably should have just went ahead earlier and searched for the Banishing Light with that Idyllic Tutor and then just get the oven out of the way. And that would have bought me probably at least one more turn, if not 2, because then I'd be able to set up the plays that I wanted to. But, you know, you live and learn. Yeah, I think we just do this. Not going to search. We kind of have what we need in hand for the time being. Ugh, had another Innkeeper. And another Rimrock Knight. Oh, lucky us. Okay. Well, Well, this is kind of sad because there's a good chance they just have... If they don't have a giant, that would be great, but I think they do. I'm going to play it a bit safe. See if maybe we can pick up some 2-mana thing to go with the Starfield Mystic next turn. Yep, there's the Bonecrusher Giant. Not a surprise. Alright, what can we do with this? So here we kind of have to play Krenko. Just hope the opponent doesn't have the problem card. Okay, I'm actually doing something I don't do, and the first time I've done this in any of the videos, but I'm making a main deck change. Like, we can't win with this list. This list is not good. Normally I try not to insult other people's list or anything else, but this is just not good against anything. The way it's built isn't going to allow us to do that, so we're going to do some workshopping real quick. According to my recording time, almost an hour, and we played probably against 8 different things and didn't even come close. So we're definitely making some changes. First thing is, Outlaw's Merriment, still bad. It's got to come out. This has got to go. We're going to add an extra Deafening Clarion. I think Krenko is neat, but I'd rather just probably play... Well, no, that's fine. Krenkos can stay. What else do we need? I don't even know. Maybe a full set of Deafening Clarions against some matchups. I like Finale of Glory for what it's capable of doing for us. How many enchantments are we playing? 2, 6. There's really not even that many. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's curious because I really was thinking about if we were going to play something. Maybe playing couple of these, which then I could cut one of those. We could go to add like Prison Realm, gets rid of creatures or planeswalkers, which isn't the worst thing. Oh no, actually we need Birth of Meletus. That's for sure what this list needs. Let's put that in here. I would rather play those probably even than the Krenkos, as silly as that sounds. I just don't think they really do what we're trying to do. I cut 1 Bishop of Wings because it's just really conditional. You have to already almost be set up for the card to do what you want it to do. And then, okay, maybe we can cut like 1 Birth Me List. But like this feels already lots better than where we were. Okay, opponent's going to go first here. We will keep this. Temple of Abandon on 1. Doesn't really tell us at all what type of deck it is. I mean, I feel like we could assume it's a Gruul deck, but you know what they say when you assume. Exactly. See, if we'd assumed, we'd have been wrong. We're gonna kill our Mystic. Nope, Mystic lives. Not that that particularly does anything in this scenario. See if this gets countered. Oh, that's fine. I mean, as much as I would have liked to have had that next turn, sure. And the other thing is, Chandra only halfway works with Divine Visitation because you still have to sacrifice the angels at the end of the turn. So they still come in with all their traits, they just happen to be 4/4 angels. Alright, well, let's see if we can Banishing like that. I'm assuming the answer is no from the opponent, but we'll see. Fair enough. I would rather that than the Divine Visitations. We're going to try to sneak through in a little bit. Though they may be coming up on just trying to kill Chandra too. Alright, well they have 3 fresh cards. I don't know what that means for us. And they're bottoming things. Does this one get countered? Nope, it sticks.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Opponent's just GGing us?
Hey, I'm meditating here.
Alright. Okay, well. And then after the changes, we end up beating Reclamation, so there's that. We get to go first. Yeah. We'll keep this. The interesting thing is when we're playing against Garuda, they're usually just playing mana creatures they don't want to block with. So, I'm actually going to get rid of Chandra, because I feel like for us to win, we're going to have to Divine Visitation something serious. Good news is we don't have anything great for the opponent to steal from us, so that's kind of nice. Yep, Paradise Druid's expected. Alright. Other good news could be that this other war boss could live. I mean, our best scenario would be to go land. So we could get into a visitation, and then the last turn that these war bosses swing would be with double angels against probably 2 Garudas, the way things tend to work out. Land. No, I don't want Mystic. We're aiming for lands. Yep, we knew Growth Spiral was possibly there. This was all part of the plan. Oh, because they didn't have the land in hand. That is good to know. They definitely wouldn't have done that if they thought they were going to Garuda this turn. Oh, come on, land. Come on. Oh, why? Why, deck, why? Oh, that had so much potential. Could have been a contender. Okay, well, look at that. Alright, we get to go first. I wish one of these was a white land. I would at least consider it, but we're going to have to mulligan that one. This one we will definitely keep. Downside is I don't think we can get by keeping this visitation much as I want to. And sadly, this will probably be the one time the Starfield Mystic lives forever. I don't mind having the Birth of Meletus on top, though, because if the Mystic lives, we'll get to play the Birth for 1 mana on the following turn. And still be able to Fire Prophecy something, potentially. Or even Banishing Light and Birth of Meletus, whatever's necessary here. And then this actually gets a bonus whenever this goes to the graveyard. So that's a little kind of neat little added trick there. I'm not sure this is the deck we want to take damage against. So I'm just going to play this as the land. So the opponent still doesn't know what's in our hand. Don't think I want to waste the Banishing Light. I'm going to see what the opponent's up to before we shoot this Fire Prophecy off. I feel like it's going to be a Celebrant or something here. Alright. Cauldron Familiar. Sure. No oven? I mean, you go ahead and attack with Footlight Fiend, right? That's a weird one. I'm gonna put that on bottom. Well, okay then. Guess I'm not too upset I did that. So we'll get to at least pump up the Starfield Mystic when this Birth of Meletus dies, and we'll get a couple of life. Alright, Woe Strider, sure. We can get rid of the Woe Strider, so that's not too bad. Though they may double sack Footlight Fiends to the Woe Strider, so they can kill the War Boss, which would make a lot of sense. Sadly, our Starfield Mystic lived the whole dang time. We could have very easily got the Divine Visitation off. Had no way to see that coming, though. Interesting. They didn't do the thing. Huh. I really thought they were going to. What do they have in hand here? Because if we attack with a War Boss, they just double block. I mean, they could block Starfield Mystic with double, shoot one at it, shoot one at the token. Alright, we'll just attack with the token, I guess. I felt like there were too many ways that could go bad, and then who knows if they're playing something weird like... definitely want to Fire Prophecy, that's for sure. Block with your Broodmoth. Thank you. Sometimes you just have to whisper it to the opponent, and they'll do the thing you want. Definitely getting rid of that. Ooh, that could be nice. Alright, now we're talking. Now maybe we can do a little something. Here's a Woe Strider. That's not so fun for us. Far from terrible, though. Go ahead and put this in play. I don't think we want to put the War Boss at risk just yet. And sadly, if we attack with the Starfield Mystic, they could double block with Footlight Fiends, scry twice, and still kill our War Boss. And I think that's part of the issue. But they can do that anyway. So at least this way, we end up with 2/2s and whatever, and we'll just go for it. I mean, put the pressure on them at this point. Like, they got to do something. Alright, Priest Forgotten Gods. Not that worried about it, because we have some 0-4s we could chump away. Alright, that gets us that. Well, the question is, we could Banishing Light again. Which feels like it might be the actual right play, sadly. Just get rid of the Mayhem Devil. I really want to get the Divine Visitation, but Banishing Light's the right answer here. It gets us another 2/2. It minimizes our losses, and it keeps anything silly from happening. Like, if they were to get an Oven or something next turn, that could have really made things go sideways for us. And the opponent's bottoming cards. That's good. Oh, those are both new. Attack with the 4/4. Yeah, opponent wants to trade. I'm game. Yeah, we're at enough life that I think we're pretty safe now. Because now that we got to contend with all of our flyers, we've got 0-4s to block with, or sacrifice. Starfield Mystic's about to get bigger. So yeah, so see, this actually turns out if we'd have went and got that Divine Visitation and we'd be holding it still, we'd have one less creature. If they'd have had the second Mayhem Devil, they'd been able to really blast stuff. That could have been really bad. We'd have been in a world of hurt. I mean, it still wasn't easy, all things considered, but could have been much worse. Ooh, now this is interesting. If we attack here, they could potentially take 8. Then they can get back a Woe Strider, which would give them an extra token. So yeah, we really are just worth it just attack here. I mean, they take 4, they go to 5, but then they wouldn't have a Mayhem Devil. So yeah, I mean, these are the attacks. Because I think the result was going to be the same. And we now put the opponent in a position that they have to kill off minimum all of our flyers. Which they could potentially do. I mean, sack 2 things, get you 2 triggers. Oh, I guess wouldn't be quite enough yet. Plus, if they sacrifice the Woe Strider, yeah, now we're gonna win because we can just deafening clear on to clear off their creatures. Oh, what are they doing here? This feels odd, but sure. Okay, I was gonna say, something's going on. Okay, well that was a weird experience. We took the deck from a situation where we couldn't beat anything, even mediocre and bad decks, And then we beat Reclamation, another decent deck, and a Sacrifice deck. So I don't know. Is the deck good? I don't know if I would say it's good. I think we're closer now after the changes, but definitely the first version was not very well conceived, unfortunately. Again, don't want to take any shots at anybody for deck building. I think it's cool that everybody's trying and at least putting in the effort to do some theory crafting on some new ideas. But yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going to do one more day's worth of decks with the current standard, and then I'm probably going to take a couple of days to do some videos about some upcoming lists if y'all would like to see those. So we may do a day or two, see what type of views those get, and then maybe finish the week with just some best of 3 potentially. But yeah, I hope the middle break there wasn't weird for everybody. I think it was just necessary to finish out the video. Like, I don't think I would want to put up a video of something that just couldn't win at all, because I know some of you like to take these lists and play them, and whether that's with your friends or on Arena or whatever, and at least want to give you something playable. So I'm glad we got to a good version here at the end. But anyway, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and we will see how the rest of this week ends up deck-wise. But that's all I have for you now. We will see you next time.